Okay, here's a Dell laptop that I found at the antique store that I frequent. I really don't know too much about it. I went around, made sure everything's in good condition before I bought it. And it does have the power supply with it, so I will be able to test it. Let's take a close look at this. So I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but this is a Dell Latitude D430. Seems to be in pretty good condition, just a little bit dirty. The screen is dirty, and I don't know what's going on with the battery, if that's just dirt or if that's like a rubber coating that's starting to fail. But it looks pretty bad right now. And let's see. Yeah, the keyboard's in good condition. The track point, or whatever it's called on the Dell laptops, is in good condition. Looks like there's a little bit of wear on the keyboard, but not too much. Let's see. Looks like we have an extended battery. I used to have another one of these. The battery, it went like right out here. Not sure if you can see that. But this one extends out quite a bit further. This one looks like it would have Windows XP is the docking connector and the exhaust for the fans. And let's see, there's a Kensington lock, audio in and out, PC card, and SD card slot. Looks like something's in there. Let's take a look. Looks like just a dummy. Yeah, just a dummy. Oh, well, I was hoping there might be an SD card in there that I could use, but can't win every time. Well, since I have the power supply for this, might as well try and boot this thing up. Oh yeah, I forgot to take a look at the other sides. So yeah, there's that side. There's just some ventilation. I'm pretty sure that's a Wi-Fi switch. Power button. There's Ethernet, modem, 2 USB, VGA, more USB, Firewire, and the power jack. Okay, let's see if we can get this thing plugged in and see if it'll actually do anything. Excuse me for the shaky camera work. I have quite a few cables down here. I'm pretty sure this is the right one. Let's see. Sorry if I'm making you guys seasick. Okay, it's plugged in. Okay, looks like we have a light on here. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that I only paid $15 for this thing, and it was sold untested and for parts. Okay, let's hit the power button, see if anything will happen. Oh, looks like it's coming on. And these Dell BIOSes tend to take a long time at this point. I'm really not sure why. It's usually only Dell laptops that take a while here. Let's wait and see if anything happens. Still going. Anytime now. Black screen. Oh, it's running Windows XP. So it looks like whoever owned this last did not bother to wipe the hard drive. Nope. Oops, sorry about the focus. There we go. And looks like it's starting up. Windows XP Professional. Press Control Alt Delete to log in. So I'm assuming that means this is password locked. So let me put you down for a second. I do Control Alt Delete. And yeah, it looks like it's asking for a password, so I won't be able to get into the system. I could always check in the BIOS so I can show you what specs this thing has. Alright, let's shut this down. Trackpad works. Alright, looks like it's almost done. And turn it back on, and let's try to get into the BIOS. Okay. So it's a Dell Latitude D430, and it has a Core 2 Duo. Doesn't tell me the model of the processor, but it does say that it's at 1.2 gigahertz. And looks like we have 2 gigabytes of memory. Intel 945 GMS graphics. The battery's taking a charge. It looks like the battery's going to need to be replaced at some point, though. Which is to be expected. These laptops are approaching 10 years old now, and it's very uncommon for a laptop battery of this age to actually be fully functional. Looks like we've gone back to 2007, though. Yeah, the date and time is going to need to be corrected. So I'm thinking that I'm going to be installing some version of Linux onto this thing. It's most likely either going to be Lubuntu or Xubuntu. I haven't exactly decided which one I'm going to do yet. I'm leaning more towards Lubuntu, though, since it'll be a little bit lightweight on the system, which will make it run a little bit faster. And I know these particular laptops have like a weird format hard drive. I think it's 1.8 inches. So you can't fit like a standard solid state drive in here. So I'm going to be limited to that old slow hard drive. So probably going to want as much speed as I can get. So probably going to go with Lubuntu. So I'm going to pause the video, make up a Lubuntu boot flash drive, and I'll get back to you. Okay, I have the laptop all cleaned up. I just used some Windex and went around the casing and used some lens cleaner on the screen. I think it came out very well. There doesn't really seem to be any scratches. But anyways, I have my Linux flash drive all created and inserted into one of the USB ports. So let's start this thing up and try to get Lubuntu installed. So usually with these things you have to press F12 and it'll show you a list of all your bootable drives. So let's do that. Again, these things do take a long time to post for some reason. Almost there. Okay. And yep, looks like the USB storage device popped up. So let's hit enter and start the installation process. Excuse me. So English. Well, usually these things will let you try it without installing it, but it doesn't look like it's going to let me do that. Let's see. So I guess I'm just going to do install Ubuntu. Okay. English. Yeah, they definitely changed the installer around quite a bit. United States. Let's see. English US. English US. I haven't done a Ubuntu installation since I want to say like 17.04, so it's definitely been quite a while. I'm not even sure what release this is that I'm installing right now. In the future, I do have a few other laptops that I'm planning on making videos of. I have a couple ThinkPads, a couple Apple laptops, and another Dell Latitude. I'm really hoping I can get that MacBook working since I've always wanted to tinker around with them. I do have another MacBook, but the optical drive is bad, so I can use the operating system and stuff. I really can't do what I want with it. Let's see, configuring the network. Network auto configuration failed. I might have to configure the Wi-Fi driver on this manually. Retry network auto configuration with a host name. No, I don't believe that's it. I'll just configure the network after. It's no big deal. Okay, set up a host name. Sorry about that. My camera just stopped recording for some reason. Anyways, I'm still setting up the host name, so I think Ubuntu D430 would be good. Set up user. Okay. Put my name in. And wants my password now. continue. Yeah, the old installation environment was definitely a lot more user-friendly. Eastern time zone. Let's see. Yeah, use entire disk. Yes. And formatting partitions. I think I'm going to stop here, that way you don't have to sit through the entire install process, and I'll come back as soon as I have the operating system installed. Okay, after about 40 minutes, it completed the installation. And so it says to remove the flash drive, and now we can restart and see if the install worked. So let's see. Try to get that to focus for you. Yeah, this is running on a slow hard drive, and Ubuntu usually takes a little bit of time to start up anyways. But yeah, here we go. Looks like it's working. Should be coming up to the login screen any second. And now it wants me to log in. You can definitely hear that fan running. Now, this system does seem to run pretty hot, so at some point I'm probably going to take it apart and replace the thermal paste. Yep, it looks like we're installed. Let's see, do we have any network hardware? Come on, you can focus. There we go. Doesn't look like I have any networking. Not really familiar with Ubuntu, but let's see. Nah, it should automatically connect to it. Okay, so this is going to take a little bit of tinkering. But once I have everything all set up the way I like, I'll return. Okay, so it's the next day, and I have everything up and running and put together the way I want. So I moved the taskbar or the panel over to the top, and I added Docky to the bottom. This is the setup I normally do with older laptops. If this was something a little bit more powerful, I'd probably have Ubuntu Mate on it, only because in my opinion, it looks a little bit better. But Ubuntu runs better on an older system like this. So I have all my software installed. So I have Chromium, Pigeon, TextEdit, LibreOffice, GIMP, I think that's Audacious, and Audacity. And so far this thing does seem to be performing very well. The only thing is that with Chromium, if I'm scrolling down a website, I get screen tearing. I don't have the same issue with Firefox for some reason, so I'm not sure if it's just some incompatibility with Chromium with the graphics driver. But let's load this up and I'll show you what I mean. So let's just look up Dell on Google. As you can see, it loads everything up nice and quickly. Yeah, see, when I'm scrolling, it's all jittery. It's really not supposed to be like that. But now if I open Firefox, try that again. It does take a while, since there's a slow hard drive in here, but eventually it will open. There we go. Let's go to Google. And look up Dell. As you can see, the scrolling is a lot smoother on this. So I don't know what the problem with Chromium is. I wish it didn't do that, since it is my web browser of choice, since I can sync all of my bookmarks, since I use Chrome on every computer I own. Let's see, this thing has 2 gigabytes of memory on it, so I should be able to do a little bit of multitasking. So let's do LibreOffice. This is the first time I've actually launched this on this computer, so it might take a second. Oh, it doesn't look like I have it installed correctly. It's not actually going to let me open our document. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but it's grayed out. Let's see if I can fix that on video. So let's go to the Software Center. It does seem it's installed. Let's see. Yeah, this operating system has been changed around quite a bit since I've last used it. So I installed the base. Normally that will install the entire thing, but I might have to do them separately. So, yeah, let's install LibreOffice Writer. In the meantime, while it's doing that, we can take a look at how this thing can run YouTube videos. So Let's go to YouTube. It struggles with full screen YouTube for some reason. But if I run it in theater mode, it'll play the videos perfectly in 480p. Oh, LibreOffice Writer is now installed. So let's go to my channel. Let's look at my thrift store finds video. Probably going to try to play an advertisement.
Okay guys, today we're going to take a look at everything I found at the various thrift stores throughout this past month.
Yeah, as you can see, it's running pretty smoothly. Let's try to go full screen. Normally it'll start stuttering after a few seconds.
I really can't wait for it to go away. But anyways, I'll start with what I found.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe it was just that particular video I was playing. Anyways, enough of that. And let's reopen LibreOffice and see if it'll now let me open the writer. Yeah, so that's what it was. Hello world. The keyboard on this thing is actually really nice. It feels very nice to type on. It's unlike a lot of modern laptops. Let me turn on my light so you can see a little bit better. It's better than a lot of newer laptops where the keys are all flat. I believe that's called a chiclet style keyboard. With this, you can actually feel a little bit of a bump when you're pushing the key down. But anyways, there's really not too much more to talk about this laptop. It seems to be running quite well, and I'm eventually most likely going to be trying to sell this. I'm not entirely sure when I'm going to do it, and I'm probably going to see how well it can handle emulation first. But probably within a few months I'm going to put this thing up for sale on eBay. Anyways, I hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.